Coming up on this week's news, Delaware's new tolls kick in a month from now, and they'll come with new rules. Express lanes are in, the old carpool lanes are out in Florida. And we're taking a tour of the new Gordie Howe International Bridge in Detroit as the toll crossing prepares to open after the summer. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's update of all that's coming down the pike. It has been over 11 years since Delaware last raised tolls, but that will change August 15th when the Delaware Department of Transportation will hike rates on all three toll roads running through the nation's first state. The Easy Pass rate for traveling I-95 through Delaware will go up by $1 to $5, and the same will apply for US 301 at the state line with Maryland. The toll by plate charge on US 301 will be $7. As for Delaware's own State Road 1, a new toll system is rolling out for drivers who do not use an Easy Pass issued by Delaware. DelDOT has announced out-of-state transponder accounts will be charged the cash rate. That means that anyone without a Delaware Easy Pass will pay $1 more at each of the mainline plazas on State Route 1, and that is during the week. It'll be $2 more on weekends. The toll increases were announced in late spring. The dates were announced in the past week. There is no specific date set just yet, but there are tours forthcoming and a new sense of anticipation as the Gordie Howe International Bridge nears completion and prepares for its first traffic at the end of the summer. Those living in the Detroit-Windsor area will have noticed the construction cranes flanking the bridge's support towers have been taken down, but there is still plenty of critical work remaining. Appearing on Detroit media this month, Heather Grondin of the Windsor-Detroit Bridge Authority observed the crews are now installing key electrical systems and components, as well as signs, lighting, and barriers to help direct traffic. Additionally, she said work continues at both ports of entry in the U.S. and Canada. Grondin made note of the fact the U.S. port alone is 167 acres in size. The International Bridge Tunnel and Turnpike Association has announced in the past week they will be taking a tour of the bridge during their upcoming maintenance and engineering workshop in Detroit. That's happening later this month. That tour will happen on the U.S. side of the bridge on July 26th and will include the port of entry, as well as a closer look at the construction site and the bridge's footprint on the U.S. side of the Detroit River. While there is no specific date for the bridge's opening, the first crossings are expected to happen this fall. From bridge building to bridge rebuilding in Maryland, where demolitions have started on the remaining approach structures of the old Francis Scott Key Bridge. The demolitions are necessary to remove the remaining elements of that bridge, but the new toll bridge will not be in quite the same place. Early survey reports from the Maryland Transportation Authority show the best location for the new Francis Scott Key Bridge will be to the east of the old structure. Crews have spent the first half of the year taking soil samples and testing the subsurface conditions to understand the geology of the area in advance of actual construction. The new Francis Scott Key Bridge will be a cable-stay design like that new Gordie Howe Bridge up in Michigan and Ontario. That design was unveiled in February, you'll recall. As demolitions of the old structures continue, crews will be driving test piles at the new construction areas to test water flow conditions and erosion around those structures. Other tests of the bridge's new design have been ongoing as well to understand how other environmental conditions like high winds could impact the bridge. Demolitions of the old structures will take about 9 months according to the MDTA. Current reconstruction plans are to have the new bridge built and open for traffic by the fall of 2028. In case you missed it, tolled express lanes continue to propagate nationwide, and in Florida, they're even preparing new express lanes on Florida's Turnpike. Express lanes on a toll road. Meanwhile, over on I-95 and other non-tolled freeways in the state, the old carpool lanes have been eliminated. The signs are still in place, but carpool enforcement officially ended this month statewide in Florida as the state continues expanding the tolled express lanes across the state's major metro areas. Drivers who spoke with local media in South Florida say they prefer the express lanes to the old carpool lanes. And finally, staying in Florida, public hearings are set for October as officials present the environmental study information for a new interchange to connect I-95 directly with Florida's Turnpike. That study area is at the south end of the Treasure Coast in Martin County, where the two highways run adjacent to each other. Plans are to create connector ramps in an area near Hope Sound to allow traffic to merge between the two roadways without having to use local roads. Two preferred designs were selected last year, but the environmental impact reviews are now being completed in advance of any groundbreaking. An exact date for October's planned public hearing is still up in the air. However, we will keep you posted. Coming up next week, we head to Texas to take a look at two tollway extension projects, one that's been underway in Dallas and another facing serious opposition near Houston. Until then, please drive safely and remember to avoid distracted driving. Thanks once again for listening and watching. I'm Danny Pryor for Turnpikes.com, the Turnpike Authority.